Hey there everyone, this is Matt for Creative Reviews. Today is June 23rd, 2015, and we're going to be doing an experience review with the Apple Watch Sport. This is the 38mm version, the smaller of the two. There is a 42mm version also available, and this one is space gray. I like this color a lot. This is what I chose. Nice black band and more or less a gray blackish type of body. I think it looks better than the kind of silvery aluminum that they use for the other sport watches. So I chose this. This was $350, and as of now you can order online and pick up in store at most Apple stores that have the watches available. So I've been using this for a little bit, hooked it up, charged it, let it go, moved around, and I've got to say that the fit of this current one isn't really doing it for me. Now, unfortunately, if I make it any more loose, it'll kind of like ride up and down. It'll feel like this is a little bit top heavy and shifts. Let me show you. That's one bead down, and it's definitely way too loose. I would imagine that the heart rate sensor would not work properly being so loose. All other watches I've had I've always been able to find a sweet spot in between beads to make it fit, in a way that's not too tight or not too loose. But unfortunately, I haven't been able to get it done with this one. Here is as close as we can get to it, and while it is tight enough and it's tight enough for that heart rate monitor to work, but it's a little bit too tight for me. I prefer it to have a little bit looser than it is. Personally, I have been dying to get my hands on the Apple Watch, and before this I actually used a Misfit activity tracker. This was what I used before. Fit like this, a lot cheaper, and showed a lot less information. This is the time first, and then it shows my activity. No notifications shown, but that's really all you can do with it. With this, of course, you can see all your notifications, but I found myself kind of turning my head and arm at an awkward angle to actually use and view the device. And of course, if I wanted to actually type, I kind of stick my arm out, I bow it out, and then I type like that. And that's not something that feels good. My shoulder actually feels like it's pushed out a little bit more than I'd like it to be comfortable. And I've tried calling people on it, and the speaker is a little bit quiet, pumped up to full volume, and it's a little bit garbled for me. It's not as clear as the iPhone speaker can be if you put it in speakerphone mode. It's a good looking device, but as things are right now, the iOS only has apps that work on your iPhone, and your iPhone has to be present for things to work. Native iPhone apps or native Apple Watch apps have not come yet, but they will in a few months. Maybe things will change, but for now, it's something where you have to have your iPhone with you at all times. And something that I do a lot of is I put my phone in airplane mode to charge, because it almost doubles the charging speed. And I understand that would eliminate all notifications, but at least I'd like to do something with the watch while my phone is charging. I don't really want to put music on there loaded up with music that I would have to curate a lot, because I have a lot of music, and you can only put about 2 gigabytes of music on here. Currently, Apple Maps doesn't work, Yelp doesn't work, so I can't do any research or anything on the phone. But of course, that's not what it's made for. You're supposed to use your phone or your iPad for those kinds of, for those kinds of things that take kind of deeper research. These are made for just glancing at. But the watch is pretty much unusable without an iPhone, or an iPhone in airplane mode, and that tends to be what I do. So until they have it, I'm going to be a little bit hesitant to recommend this as of now, but keep on the lookout for the new Apple Watch operating system, which will allow native apps to be installed on the device, and that will help out a lot. again, the watch feels okay. What I really like is the magnetic charging, which links onto the back here. The puck that came with it is nice and white. It looks very clean. It lines up pretty nicely. It charges. It looks nice, and it's nice and it's free to rotate. Well, not letting go of the watch too easily, but if you shake it, of course it'll come off. So I wouldn't recommend sticking this to a wall. It may fall off. You don't want your watch to fall. But there will be some modes that are coming out, again, with the new operating system for the watch, where you can set it up as a alarm clock or any kind of clock. I think they call it nightstand mode. But for now, the watch is extremely limited. And that's really all I have to say about it. For a $350 watch, it's beautiful, but... that's funny. That's really funny. Charging with this accessory is not supported by Apple Watch. Okay? So the charger that came in this box is not supported. That's a little odd. Does that mean it's done charging? No, it's still at 99%. It's not 100 yet. That is odd. I'm not sure why it would say that. Let's try again. Let's twist it around, play with it. Let's see if that notification comes up again. I have not seen that yet, but that's not something you want to see. But yeah, like I was saying, for a $350 watch, I would expect it to do more out of the box. I will be waiting until it can, and until it can do that, I don't think I would, again, recommend this watch. In terms of the size, I went for smaller because I run with it and I don't want something heavier shaking on my wrist. But 38 millimeters seems a little bit small. I may consider going up a larger size to the 42 millimeter version. I have tried them both on in store, and maybe that would help out my experience a little bit, because I do think the screen is a little bit small. Another thing on the screen, this is considered a retina display, but I like to actually hold this up closer than maybe most people would, and I can actually see the pixels, and it doesn't look as clear as I think it could be. And I just don't know if I like that. I don't know. I think honestly I'm going to wait and really go in for the second generation of Apple Watch. I'm not really satisfied with what this is. Battery life has been pretty good. I haven't had any problems with it. I've been moving around, going outside, and I haven't run out of juice on this. But I just wish you could do more. There's a possibility of a camera coming to the watch. I'm not sure if I really want something like that on here. I want to keep this as small as possible. But I don't know. It's a beautiful device, but you know, you can't really be pretty and dumb at the same time. All right, so this has been Matt, and I've been doing an experience review with the Apple Watch Sport. This is the 38 millimeter version. This is space gray, goes for $350, and you can now order these online and pick them up the same day at your local Apple store if they have them available. All right, find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Blogger. Let us know what you like, and don't forget to subscribe. See you guys next time.